Hello everybody, my name is Smarty, short for Smarty Reads, and welcome back. Today I'm going to read Chapter 7 of Honestly Mallory. Let's start reading A Celebration. If you ask anybody in my class, they'll tell you when Mrs. Daly brings in donuts and hot chocolate on a Tuesday morning, it's a reason to celebrate. But this Tuesday morning, I officially disagree. Mallory, aren't you excited about your celebration? Pamela asks me. I adjust the hat Mrs. Daly plopped on my head when I walked in the door. Ever since yesterday when Mrs. Daly said this calls for a celebration, I haven't been in a celebratory mood. I tossed and turned all night just thinking about what Mrs. Daly planned for this morning. And now looking at the donuts and hot chocolate that she brought to class and the Congratulations Mallory banner that she hung across the bulletin board, I feel even worse. Mrs. Daly taps on Chester and asks everyone to settle down. Before the party starts, there's something I'd like to say. Mrs. Daly smiles at me. Mallory, will you please come to the front of the room? I feel like someone superglued me to my seat. Get up, Pamela grins at me. I slowly stand up, but I can barely feel my feet move as I walk to where Mrs. Daly is standing. I know I don't deserve to hear whatever she's going to say. Mrs. Daly puts her arm around me and smiles. Congratulations on winning the fashion design contest. We're all so proud and can't wait to see you on TV. Everyone starts clapping and cheering. Some of the boys put their fingers in their mouth and whistle through their teeth. Thanks, I mumble. I start to go back to my seat, but Mrs. Daly stopped me. I'm not through, she says. I also want to say to the class that I feel you set a fine example for all of us. It was something you wanted to do, and you did it. You just didn't think about it. You did it, and you did it well. Mrs. Daly looks down at me like she's the mama bird and I'm a baby bird who just learned to fly. Mallory, I'm very proud of you, says Mrs. Daly. None of us can. Wait. Then there's a picture of Mrs. Daly congratulating Mallory. There's a congratulations Mallory banner. Know what you wait. None of us can know what we're capable of unless we try. What you did is very special and I hope you're feeling special right now. I look down at my shoes and think about what I really did. I am feeling special right now, especially awful. I'm standing up in the front of my class while Mrs. Daly is saying how special I am for something I didn't even do. Mrs. Daly holds a box of donuts out in front of me. Mallory, since you've given us a wonderful reason to celebrate, you get to take the first donut. I look down in the box. There are chocolate-covered donuts, sprinkle-covered donuts, glazed donuts, and cream-filled donuts. Donuts are one of my favorite foods, but this morning I don't feel like I deserve any. Go ahead, says Mrs. Daly. It's time to get the party started. I pick a plain donut. Even though I only take a tiny bit nibble, I feel like I just swallowed the whole box. Mrs. Daly sticks a cup of hot chocolate in my hand. Donuts and hot chocolate for everybody, she says. And then to the left, there's a picture of Mallory holding a plain donut and some hot chocolate. When she says that, everyone rushes up to the front of the room and starts picking out donuts and taking cups of hot chocolate. Mallory, it's so cool we get to have donuts and hot chocolate because of you, says Joey. I still can't believe you won the contest, says April. I can't believe my deskmate's going to be on television, says Pamela. What I can't believe is that I haven't passed out. I feel my head to see if I have a fever. I feel so awful. I know I must have some strange disease. The only reason I ever said that I won the contest was so Ariel and Danielle would stop saying they couldn't understand why I decided to be a fashion designer on career day. I didn't think they would tell anybody else. I didn't think that everybody would be making a big deal about it. And I really didn't think my teacher would be throwing a party for me for a contest I didn't even win. I looked down at the marshmallow floating on top of my chocolate. It seems like yesterday was a year ago. So much has happened since I wrote the words fashion designer on my career day card. I wish I could go back in time and write something else, anything other than fashion designer on that card. I think about telling everybody the truth right now. Yesterday, when Pamela told everybody I won the contest, I wanted to say that I hadn't really won. Yesterday, it seemed like it would be hard to tell the truth. Today, it seems like it would be impossible. I don't know how I can tell the truth when everybody's eating donuts and hot chocolate and drinking hot chocolate because of me. I look at the banner hanging on the bulletin board. I wish I could turn myself into a marshmallow and melt away in my hot chocolate. When lunchtime comes, I'm still me, sitting at the lunch table like I always do. And everybody around me is still talking about the one thing I don't want to talk about, me winning the contest. Mallory, when are you going to New York? Ariel and Danielle ask. Mallory, do you get to stay at a fancy hotel? April wants to know. Mallory, what are you going to wear when you meet Fashion France? Asks Emma. Ariel, Danielle, April, and Emma all lean across the table like they can't wait to hear the answers to their questions. I take a bite of my sandwich. If I answer their questions honestly, I'll be telling them more lies. If I tell the truth, they'll know that I lied. I don't know which is worse. The only thing I can do is that I can't wait for lunch to be over. The only thing I do know is that I can't wait for lunch to be over. But when it finally is, things can't get much better. Class, says Mrs. Daly, may I have your attention, please? She taps on Chester. In honor of Mallory's upcoming trip to New York City, we're going to take a little break from math and talk about some of the exciting things that Mallory might see when she goes to New York. Lots of yays and awesomes filled the room. Everyone looked so happy we don't have to do math. Evan and Joey give me a thumbs up sign. Who here has heard of the Empire State Building? Mrs. Daly asks the class. Lots of hands go up. Ariel leans over towards my desk. I'd much rather talk about the Empire State Building than fractions, she whispers. Me too, whispers Danielle. She gives me a you saved the day smile. I try to smile back like I'm glad I saved the day, but the truth is, I know I didn't. Not really. Mallory slides a note across my desk out to me. She smiles as I unfold a square of paper to read what she wrote. Dear Mallory, I'm so glad you're my desk mate. It's so cool you're going to New York. When you're on TV, will you mention me? Please say yes. If the answer is yes, just nod. You're so cool, Pamela. When I finish reading the note, I try to swallow, but I can't. Yesterday, when I told a little lie, I never meant for it to grow so big. It's bad enough that everybody thinks I won a contest that I didn't even enter, and that my teacher gave me a party to celebrate something I didn't do. But now my deskmate wants me to mention her name on a TV show that I'm not going to be on. Part of me wants to tell her the truth about everything. But Pamela looks so excited about the idea of just having her name mentioned on TV. I know she's waiting for me to nod my head, so I do the only thing I feel like I can do. I nod. And that's the end of that chapter. I'll see you next time when I read A Phone Call. Bye, everyone.